All right, now that we're back a little bit closer, so this is what I'm gonna show you. From the open tuning, you're gonna take your slide and put it on either your ring finger or your pinky finger. I find the ring finger to be easier. And then you're gonna have your middle finger right behind that to mute any strings behind it, right? And you're gonna always try to keep your ring finger is not gonna be like normal, otherwise it's gonna extend too much. So you're gonna lower your ring finger to where it's about the same length as the tip of your middle finger. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna practice the melody first, and then we're gonna throw in the bass. So using the melody, since we're gonna be using our thumb for the bass, we're gonna just try to focus on using our fingers for this melody. And I use my ring finger and my middle finger to do this. So that would be the first thing that we're gonna learn, which is putting our slide right over the 3rd fret itself. Not behind it like you would with your finger, but you can use that to check to make sure that you're in the right spot. Because you'll see that you're almost directly above that fret. So, we're gonna start on the 3rd fret, slide down to the 2nd, and then strum open. Like this. And then you're gonna hit the open with the other finger. Since you're using your middle finger in this case, or I am, I'm gonna switch to my index so I can use my middle to mute the 1st string. Like that. And then mute it with the middle string. And strum again with the index, so it's so this is what it's going to sound like when you add the next note. And the way we do that is open, 2nd string, and then slide up from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So it's gonna be like this. And then we're gonna finish that off with strumming one more time, open fret, 1st string. So all together it's gonna sound like this. Just like that. And that's the next line. The next line, what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip that open strum on the 2nd string, and I'm gonna tell you when. It's when we start off just like this. That next part, we're gonna skip. So it's gonna end up sounding like this. And we're just gonna immediately put our slide on the 2nd fret and slide up to the 5th fret, which is our root note. Root note. So all together. Excuse that missed note right there. Let's try that again. Throw in a little bit of vibrato. And then you can also go from there and do this. So we're sliding up from the 2nd to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then kind of giving it a little bit of a pull off, so the note stops early. And then the 2nd time we're gonna let it ring. So it's gonna sound like this. Just like that. So once we've gotten that far, we can continue on to the next part, which is going to be strumming one more time on the 3rd fret. I'm sorry, 2nd fret. And then sliding down to the 2nd, then open, then 4th string, same thing. slide on the 2nd fret, and we're gonna try to strum the 4th and the 3rd string at the same time while our slide is on the 2nd fret. And then we're gonna slide up to that root note on the 5th fret. So it's gonna be all right, we've gotten pretty far so far, but what we're gonna do is leave our slide right here, and we're gonna start using all of our fingers to do a so that's gonna look like this. Your thumb is gonna be on the 3rd string, middle finger on the 1st, index on the 2nd. So after we slide up, using the 3rd and 4th string, we're gonna switch to a picking style, which is 3rd, 1st, 3rd. And then on the 2nd, 3rd, so it's that one right there, where it's gonna be a sudden stop. So it has that stop to it. Like that. And then we're gonna go back down and slide up from the 3rd fret to the 3rd fret of the 1st string, muting it with our middle finger, and then immediately strumming with our index, the 2nd string. So it's gonna be like this. Using the 3rd and 4th string, we're gonna slide up to the 5th fret, and then we're gonna go thumb, middle, thumb with a sudden release. And then we're gonna slide up from the 3rd fret, mute it, and then a little vibrato. So it's like this. Oh, I'm gonna throw in the bass line because it's easier for me at this point. But the bass line is gonna be on the on the 1st beat. All right, and there's today's lesson on blues guitar for you with a little bit of slide. Hope you liked it. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, plenty more to come.